We are back for our MLB Best Bets here on Wednesday, July 23rd. Yesterday wasn't great. It is what it is. We're going to bounce back today. That's fine. But again, most teams play today in Major League Baseball. No real night games today because it's getaway day for most squads. But we'll make it work today. Again, 5 best bets for the MLB. And before we get into the video, folks, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. On Greedo Plays MMA this week, our UFC Fight Night Abu Dhabi predictions. Robert Whitaker, Rainier DeRitter in the main event later today on Greedo Plays MMA, likely at noon. We're going to have our best bets for that card, 5 best bets for the entire UFC Abu Dhabi card, so make sure to go check out that video again later today on Greedo Plays MMA. That is linked in the description down below. Go subscribe to Greedo Plays MMA and go subscribe to this channel as well. Okay, let's get on now to the first of 5 best bets today in Major League Baseball, kicking things off with our Washington Nationals best bet of the day. I'm going Washington Nationals money line at home against the Cincinnati Reds. I know. This means the Nats have to sweep the Reds. I'm actually going to do it. Okay, I'm taking the Nats to sweep Cincinnati. And no, this is not just a blind, the Nats have won the first 2, let's go with them again. No. There's actual reason behind this. I'm not going to give you the, Mike Soroka's got to come through. I hope he does. You know, it is what it is if he doesn't. Nick Lodolo is where this is being placed at for me. This is why I'm placing this bet. You can look at Nick Lodolo's last 3 starts in the month of July. His ERA in the month is 2.37. He's been great. Came off a 7-inning appearance against the Mets. Awesome 6 shutout innings against the Miami Marlins. He's pitched against 3 NL East teams. Weirdly enough, actually, that's odd. But the last time Nick Lodolo faced the Nationals, he got bitched. Completely bitched. Back in Cincinnati, I'm going to take you back to May 3rd. Nationals win that game 11-6. Saturday night game. Nats get 7 runs and 10 hits off of Lodolo. They're going to dominate this matchup. They just are. Okay? That's the main reason I'm going Nats money line. Another reason is too, same thing with Nick Lodolo. Guys, Nick Lodolo is not this good, okay? Lodolo, season-long ERA is 3.33, but ERA in the month of June is 4.68. ERA in the month of May was 4. These random 3 starts against the Mets, Marlins, and Phillies, these are nothing but outliers, okay? I feel more than confident in the fact that the Nationals are going to work early in counts off Lodolo. I am perfectly fine with the lefty-lefty matchups that we are going to see, like the James Woods, like the CJ Abrams of the world, the Nathaniel Lowe's of the world. I actually hope Nathaniel Lowe gets a day off today. I hope they go Josh Bell at first. They're not going to. I just don't love the matchup lefty-lefty with Lowe. But it's fine. For the most part, I like what we're going to get with Nick Lodolo pitching. I hope Luis Garcia plays today, but instead we're probably going to get Ahmed Rosario. That's fine. Ahmed Rosario destroys left-handed pitching. I think Lodolo is more than due for some regression. And what better team for Lodolo to be due for regression against a team that he got destroyed in the last time he pitched against them early in May. So I think everything really works out well for us in this spot here. And the Reds bats have been kind of cold in DC. I can't say that. The first game, they were good. Last game, yesterday, 6-1 victory for the Nationals. That's great. You know, absolutely loved the effort we got yesterday out the Nats. Josh Bell, keep trying to tell you, hottest hitter in baseball right now. He is a premium asset for teams at the deadline this year, batting over 300 in the last month or so. He's been amazing. But the Reds only scored 1 run yesterday against the Nats. Brad Lord finally got to go back on the bump, which was great. But the Reds only scored 1 run. It's a Gavin Lux single. Ellie De La Cruz doubled to start off the inning. Gavin Lux ended up hitting him in. That's the only run the Reds scored the entire game. The Nats really cleaned things up from there. Again, Josh Bell got us back in the game early in the bottom of the 4th. With that solo moonshot. And then Jacob Young had a clutch hit. CJ Abrams had one. And Riley Adams had a really clutch hit as well in the 6th inning. And Nats win that game 6-1. The bullpen looked much improved yesterday. And this is my thing with the Reds. I've always been kind of on the Reds all year long. It's just I look at this lineup and I'm not impressed. Matt McClain, I think, is on like a 9-game hitting streak. If I heard that correctly today. Gavin Lux went 4 for 4. That's great. I don't know. The team doesn't really wow me at all. And it's weird that this is a team that is 2 games over, but I think 5 games out in the playoffs. It's just weird because on paper, guys, the Nationals actually have, I think, a better team than the Reds. I think. It's just our pitching obviously holds us back. But this Cincinnati pitching's been nothing special so far, right? Brady Singer, Chase Burns, I get it's a learning curve. And again, he's going to get better, Chase Burns. But I haven't been wowed by Cincinnati at all when I've watched them this season play the Nationals. Obviously, I've watched the Reds, at other parts of the year as well, and they are just right a 50-50 club. But, I mean, it just, when the Nats play the Reds, like the Nats are 19 under and the Reds are 2 over. They don't look like they are that far, honestly. It looks like the Nats should be really competitive day in and day out with a team like Cincinnati. So again, we'll see what happens today, but I think this is great value for the Nationals at plus money, right? We've seen Nick Lodolo against the Nats before in Cincinnati. It did not go well for him. Mike Soroka, I don't know. My only hope with Soroka is, right, you pitch well today, you get traded soon, you get to go to a championship contender, right? Trade deadline is less than a week away. Go work that trade value, pal, right? Let's go, Mike. Let's get this trade value going. The Nats lineup, though, has been playing well. I think Jacob Young hitting well at the 9 spot's incredible for this team, right? Second leadoff. If Jacob Young can just give us, some output at the bottom of the lineup, we're going to be set. So I'm going Nats money line today, plus 115 to kick off the day. I know, again, I am playing a Washington Nationals sweep, which doesn't happen very often. When is the last time the Nats swept the team? Off the top of my head, I cannot think of it right now because it's been so long. They did not sweep Arizona. Oh, they swept Baltimore. Yeah, I had so much hope when they swept Baltimore, man. They got back to 6 under. They won 2 in a row against the Braves. They got to 4 under, and then the season just went downhill. Actually, no, they got to 2 under, May 31st. They were 2 games under 500. I hate being a Nats fan. Let's get to 18 under 500 with the victory today. I feel very confident in the Nats getting things done again at plus money. Let's go Nats! To our second best bet of the video, guys. I really wanted to go Braves money line today, but I can't come on here and tell you, play Braves money line at minus 180, right? If you want to throw that in a parlay, go ahead. I don't really do parlays really on these videos just because, I don't know, I don't like doing parlays. If you want to, okay. The parlay you would throw this in would be Braves money line and Rays money line, but again, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I like the minus 140 odds, Ronald Acuna Jr. over 1.5 total bases. And you might ask, why are you so confident in Atlanta today? They're a team that's arguably in the same spot, at least record-wise, or about as the Washington Nationals. They're playing the Giants, who are kind of in the playoff picture. Well, it doesn't matter. You can throw all that out the window. Unk is pitching for the Giants. It's a shame that this is what Justin Verlander has come to in the big 2025. The 42-year-old is just an automatic fade spot. It's bad when the umpire in that last series that the Giants were playing in Toronto, and Verlander, the clip apparently, I've seen it. I guess it was JV. Verlander's, yelling from the dugout, after his start. So not on the Friday game. One of the games on Saturday and Sunday, Verlander's yelling at the umpire in one of those later games in that series, and the umpire says something to Verlander, why don't you worry about going past 2 innings? Ooh. Man, it's a shame, because again, JV, top 15 pitcher of all time, probably higher, honestly, right? One of the best pitchers out of this generation, right? You think about this generation of pitchers, right? It's Verlander, it's Scherzer, it's Kershaw, not in any order, because Scherzer will always be number 1. But, he is, let's just be honest. 2-time World Series champion. Actually, JV's got that too, but it's fine, right? Max is the best out that bunch. Anyways, I feel like you're right. JV's just trying to pitch so he can keep up with Scherzer too, by the way. I know Max wasn't great for us yesterday, but he was good enough. Guys, Verlander just gets bitched in every single start that he has, okay? So again, my point being, we try to fade Verlander as much as possible. Today, I can't go Braves money line. So today, let's get creative in fading Unk. Ronald Acuna Jr., it is minus 140, but I'm taking the best hitter on Atlanta, and I'm absolutely hammering Ronald Acuna to get more than 1.5 total bases, right? Should happen fairly easily for us, right? I thought Bryce Harper was going to get home run 350 yesterday. Our luck, he's probably going to hit it today. Who's his matchup? Giolito? Maybe. I hope Bryce gets it. On ESPN, just makes sense. Anyways, Acuna is going to take advantage of the Justin Verlander matchup. I'd expect this to be over after Acuna's first AB. I expect a double in the gap or a home run. First batter, Ronald Acuna, or first at-bat, Ronald Acuna versus Justin Verlander. Guys, Verlander is just horrible, right? 5 ERA this season. He's got an 0-8 record. The Giants rarely win just in general when Verlander pitches. Verlander himself has not gotten the W so far in any start that he's had in 2025 with the San Francisco Giants. And right now, JV just kind of signifies the rest of this. I think that's the proper use of the English language. He just kind of, represents, thank you, what the Giants are right now. Somehow only 6 games out the lead in the National League West because the Dodgers suck. And of course the one day, we didn't fade the Dodgers yesterday, and of course the Twins beat them. It's okay. Not fading the Dodgers today, though. Anyways, the Giants are only 6 games out the NL West lead, right? This is a very good chance the Padres, by the way, catch the Dodgers. I don't know. But the Giants suck. Okay, they just suck. They had that Mickey Mouse start to the season. I was telling you, devil magic, voodoo magic, dark magic, whatever you want to call it. It was just random, all right? That winning ways at the beginning of the year didn't exist. Just wait till the Nats get their hands on him in mid-August, man. Just you wait till the Nats come on down here to the bay. Just you wait. But I hope Verlander's pitching in that series, please. Because I just want to see JV getting blown up. But Verlander, again, he's struggling so much. The problem is they got no one to replace him. They traded Kyle Harrison, who I know, again, wasn't the solution to anything, but you get rid of one of your other guys who can go out there and make starts. You're paying JV this money. You're respecting a legend of the sport. That's great. 42 years of age. He's still doing the thing. He's not going to get any better tonight. And we are just relying on one guy here to dominate Justin Verlander, and that's Ronald Acuna Jr. Matchup-wise, I think Acuna is like 2 for 3 career-wise against JV, and it is what it is. It's not much there. But I do believe Acuna, again, will take pride in dominating JV here today. I think over 1.5 total bases is a solid bet against Justin Verlander. I think this is going to be done very early in the game, like J-Ram did for us the other night against Tomoyoki Sugano. I think, again, Ronald Acuna Jr. over 1.5 total bases at home at Truist Park against and the San Francisco Giants. Let's move on to our third best bet of the video. We go to our first money line of the day. I'm going Arizona Diamondbacks money line at home against the Houston Astros. So yesterday wasn't an official best bet, so I'm not going to take credit for it, but I did say at the end of the video, my other play I was kind of thinking about doing, and I said it was a bonus bet, was Houston Astros money line against the Diamondbacks yesterday. Okay, came through. Interesting ass game, but that's every Diamondbacks baseball game. Today I'm actually going with the Diamondbacks. Here's why. Arizona's lost the first 2 of this series. That's not the entire reason why I'm picking them. But yesterday, man, if it's not for Bryce Matthews, the Astros don't win, right? Bryce Matthews gets them into the game with the 2-run home run in the top of the 8th. Bryce Matthews saves the Houston Astros at the end of the game with the game-ending double play. I mean, Herrera is not very good, obviously batting in the 9 for Arizona, but he rips the ball to second base. Sliding play by Bryce Matthews makes the turnover to short to Zach Short. Zach Short, obviously, to Christian Walker, the former Diamondback at first. Astros win the baseball game. I'm going with the D-backs tonight, though, or today in this matinee game, because I just feel like A, they're due, and 2, okay, there's only so many games the Astros can win, right? And don't get me wrong, they're still going to win series, but I don't think Houston's good enough right now to sweep a team like the Diamondbacks, right? The Diamondbacks have just been severely underwhelming all season long, I understand, but there's just a couple things that go in their favor here, right? A, Houston, I think, got away yesterday by the skin of their teeth. I'm happy that they did. That was great. Arizona felt like they were in control of that baseball game for the most part, right? They were threatening in the bottom of the 9th. They just could not cash in, okay? I think today's going to be different. By the way, Randall Grichuk goes 3 for 3 against Framber Valdez. That's something, okay? But there's that, right? I believe Arizona has to be better. And I don't also think, again, this injured Astros team, right? They lost Isaac Paredes over the weekend in the Pacific Northwest against the Seattle Mariners. They're not good enough to go out there and win 3 straight games on the road. I just don't think they are. And I know, again, the D-backs have not been the best this season, but I don't think Houston's good enough to do that. On top of that, too, I look at the pitching matchup, and I see Brandon Walter versus Brandon Pfaadt. Okay. Brandon Pfaadt, I do expect to be a lot better than Brandon Walter today. I know, again, you might know Brandon Pfaadt the best this season for his yes hitter against the Washington Nationals back on May 31st. Ooh, that was the peak of our season. Oh, we were on top of the world. We were 2 games over 500 at that point in time. Or under 500. I had so much optimism. Anyways, and the Mitchell Parker ruined it the next day, didn't he? But Brandon Pfaadt back on May 31st went 0 out, 6 hits, 8 runs against the Nationals. That was a time. He's been much better since. He's been much better in the month of July. Let me correct myself. In the month of July, Brandon Pfaadt with a 2.57 ERA. And I know what you might be thinking. Oh, he's due for some regression. No, I don't think so. Look at the Astros lineup. It's not good. It's just not. And again, I'm glad they won yesterday. Look at what Houston's throwing out there on a daily basis. Houston couldn't score at Eduardo Rodriguez. And sure, the D-backs pen, oh boy, it sucks. It's horrible. They have the worst bullpen in baseball, not named the Rockies and maybe the Nationals, but the Nationals low-key trending in the right direction. Jake Woodford was the guy to blow it yesterday for Arizona. I mean, you can just, again, you can pick a random reliever out the Diamondbacks bullpen every single day, and that's going to be the guy who's going to blow it. That's just how they are. You know, I thought when Ginkel came in the 7th, I thought he was going to be the guy to blow it. They show, oh, here comes Kevin Ginkel with his 8 ERA. Again, The Astros couldn't get anything going off of Ginkel. They couldn't get anything going off of Eduardo Rodriguez. I don't think they're going to get anything going off of Brandon Pfaadt. Again, who's been much better in the month of July. 2.57 ERA. Last start, 7 innings of no-run baseball, shutout baseball against the St. Louis Cardinals. Start before that in San Diego against the Padres. He goes 8 innings of 4 hits and 2-run baseball. You're going to take that. You are. Against an Astros team, especially today, who they start Zach Short. They start Cooper Hummel in the 8th spot. Cooper Hummel hasn't gotten a hit in his last 9 games, I believe. Who else is starting for this team that shouldn't be starting? I guess just those two stick out like a sore thumb. But Bryce Matthews is not going to just bail them out again, too. Bryce Matthews, I think, is going to be one hell of a baseball player. But he's just not going to randomly bail them out. And also, Brandon Walters going today for the Astros. A guy who we saw very early, who, again, I think he actually has his fair share of good starts. I'll give him credit for that. But I saw going into that Angels game, I'm always going to talk about that because I was at the game when I saw Brandon Walter pitch in Anaheim against the Angels. He's not as good as his numbers indicate. He's just not. Good hitting teams are going to take advantage of Brandon Walter, and good hitting teams are going to jump on Brandon Walter. His stuff's not all that great. His advanced metrics are not the best. He's got 3.66 ERA. Yeah. Last 2 starts have been really good. I do expect regression. Against really good hitting teams, Brandon Walter struggles. The last 2 games he pitched, Mariners, Guardians. Okay, the Mariners will have their nights. I mean, yesterday they don't win if Cal Raleigh doesn't hit a home run, if the umpire doesn't bail them out at the end of the game as well. Don't get me started. And the Guardians in early July, that was the peak of their struggles. Brandon Walter, when he faced Colorado in early July, got blown up, right? I do expect this Arizona lineup to get after Brandon Walter, and I do think they're going to make him pay. Cattell, Corbin Carroll, obviously Eugenio Suarez, who's hit 35 home runs and likely going to be traded soon. There's too many good hitters to jump all over Brandon Walter here tonight, and I do believe the D-backs are going to take this one. I think they're going to get it to a point where they're going to be up by so much, I don't think their bullpen can blow it. So I think this one's actually fairly easy. Arizona Diamondbacks moneyline -115. They're going to try to salvage the series here at home against Houston. Give me the D-backs to win this 3rd game of this 3-game set. On to our 4th best bet of the video, our Nerfy. Yesterday, Jacob deGrom gives up a home run in the 1st inning to Lawrence Butler, first batter of the game. Ooh, yikes. Didn't think that was going to happen. DeGrom settled in, and obviously the Rangers won that baseball game. Bonus bet today, by the way. I'm going Rangers money line at home against the A's. Patrick Corbin's got us tonight. If you need something for the very late game, I guess at 5 o'clock. Or, hey, WNBA's on. Phoenix Mercury spread tomorrow. I don't know. I made that up. I saw they're playing. I don't know the line. Anyways, I am going with the Nerfy here today, though. Dodgers and Twins. Okay, so here is the Dodgers Nerfy equation, I'll call it, We've gone to this many times. There are 2 teams that actually we've gone to for Nerfies more than I think any other team in baseball. The Los Angeles Dodgers and the Chicago White Sox. Now, these 2 teams have inverse effects, obviously. We take the White Sox because, all right, I like their pitching. I don't think their bats are going to do anything. We take the Dodgers because the pitching is all right, but we take the Dodgers because we can get good value, right? The pitching is good. Again, we expect them to go out there and get 3 outs. And we think we can get really good value on a good pitcher coming into Los Angeles or pitching against the Dodgers and getting us 3 outs. And also Mookie Betts is not having a good season, right? So today's Nerfy, right? Dodgers, Twins. The Dodgers are a huge favorite. They probably will beat Minnesota and probably win the series. Who knows, right? Dodgers are -235. We're obviously not playing that. The Nerfy or the pitchers we get today are Chris Paddack and Tyler Glasnow. All right. Chris Paddack's so due to just be half decent. We don't really care what he does for the rest of his start. We just need 1 inning out of him, okay? And it might be his toughest inning, don't get me wrong. Yesterday, 17 combined runs in that Dodgers-Twins game. However, no runs were scored in the 1st inning. And I don't think batting Mookie Betts leadoff does any good for the Dodgers. Honestly, what the Dodgers should do is bat Mookie Betts 6th. I know that's a tough pill for them to swallow in terms of, okay, we're paying this guy so much money. We don't want to bat him that low in the lineup. If the Dodgers are serious, and I think they're going to have to do this eventually, their lineup should be Ohtani, Freeman, Smith, Hernandez, Pages, and Betts in the 6th spot. I think that's what they should do for the postseason. I don't know. I hope they lose, though. I think the Padres are actually might be. Is this the year the Padres get him? I know they got him, back when they had Soto. I don't know. I think we're destined for another Dodgers-Padres NLDS series. We'll see. The Dodgers are so weak. I don't know. Their bullpen is absolutely horrible. But anyways, back to the point here. Mookie Betts batting the leadoff spot does not help them at all. I think Chris Paddock's, again, you get that momentum with getting Mookie Betts, likely, getting him to, pop out. And then, okay, you just got to get Ohtani, who's batting 275. I know, again, Ohtani homers in every other game that he plays at this point. And then Freddie. Okay, Will Smith, and then Freddie. I'm going to take my chances with Chris Paddock. Tyler Glasnow was really good in his return start against the Brewers, and then good in his his home return start against the Brewers. So he's pitched 11 innings against the Brewers. In those 11 innings against Milwaukee, 6 hits, 1 run. That's good. 0.82 ERA for Glasnow, he gets this Minnesota lineup. I'm concerned about Byron Buxton. Obviously, Buxton took Shohei Yard on Monday's game, Ryan Jeffers, Willie Castro, Carlos Correa, they don't really scare me. They just don't. I think Glasnow is good enough to get those outs, and I do believe we're going to get 6 outs to start this game. Again, the tougher part of this game 100% is going to be Chris Paddock against the top of the Dodgers lineup, but I'm so serious. I do believe Mookie Betts bagging the leadoff spot does them no good. I know they're trying to get Betts back into the swing of things. Guys, they're paying Mookie Betts all this money for a very long time, and he's 32 and he's regressing this much? Ooh. And yeah, will Mookie Betts be better? Probably. He's Mookie Betts. But as of now, Mookie Betts has been 238 in the leadoff spot for them. Again, I think they'd be so much better going Ohtani, Freeman, Smith, Teoscar, Paz, and then Betts. But we'll see what they do for the playoffs. Obviously, still a lot of time left. I don't think they're making that switch today, though. I think, again, Dave Roberts and the Dodgers are pretty adamant and set on the fact that, okay, yes, we're going to get Betts going by batting him leadoff. That's fine by me. That's an easy first out for Chris Paddock. Then we just got to deal with Shohei and Will Smith. I think Paddock's going to be all right, and I am more than confident in the fact that Glasnow is going to be able to get the outs on the other side of things. Again, the toughest out on that equation, or in that equation, is definitely Byron Buxton. But I think we're okay. Give me the Nerfy here from Los Angeles. Dodgers, Twins, Paddock, and Glasnow go out there and get us 6 outs at -110. Our final best bet of the video is actually our last game of the day, or, well, the late game that we're playing today at 340. Again, bonus bet, I go Rangers money line hesitantly against the Athletics. JP Sears just isn't very good. Patrick Corbin's been okay. So that's where I'd go there. Anyways, our last official bet of the video is Cleveland Guardians money line at home against the Baltimore Orioles. So Cleveland's bets have really improved. They went through that stretch in late June and early July where they were horrible. They couldn't get anything going. Okay, well, the Guards have won back-to-back games, and actually 3 straight games. They win the last game of that A's series. Actually, post-All-Star break, Guardians, hell, they're 4-1. We'll take that. They beat the A's 8-6, lose 8-2, win 8-2, and then win their 2 games against the O's 10-5 and 6-3. The Guardians' bats have been really good, right? Jose Ramirez has gone yard now in back-to-back games. Shout out J-Ram. Ramon Laureano went yard yesterday for the Orioles, but it didn't matter, right? 6-3 victory for Cleveland. I expect those bats to stay hot. I really do. It's always been my thing with Cleveland. I know they're a 500 team. They're 50-50. If you can get production outside of Steven Kwan and Jose Ramirez, you're set. And Kwan has been kind of cold recently. He's batting 285 now. He went 0 for 5 yesterday. I'd expect Kwan to bounce back today, and you get Angel Martinez now, both are in between both Kwan and J-Ram. We just need some production at the bottom of the lineup. Yesterday, they got hits at Schneemann and Rocchio. We'll see what we get today. Manzardo had a hit yesterday as well for the Guardians. But again, Cleveland scored 6 runs. J-Ram goes yard for the 2nd straight game in the 1st inning. Yesterday was off of Young. Today, pitching for the O's, it's going to be Zach Eflin. Okay, yes, this is part of my other reason why I'm taking the Guards. Zach Eflin coming off an injury. That doesn't sound great. Eflin coming off an injury, pitching against a team that is heating up offensively. That's not a good combination. Eflin's last start prior to the injury went 1 inning, 5 hits, 4 runs against the Tampa Bay Rays. Before that, against the New York Yankees, he went 3 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs. Before that, in Tampa against the Rays, 5 innings, 12 hits, 7 runs. The ERA for Zach Eflin in the month of June was 8.72. He's been out on the IL ever since. ERA in 2025 is 5.95 for Eflin. Yeah, he hasn't been good this season. The Nats destroyed Zach Eflin when they saw him in May as well. Dominated him. Remember, they scored 8 runs off of Zach Eflin. Yeah, he just hasn't been good this season. And if the Guardians continue to hit in the way that they've been hitting recently, at least coming off the All-Star break, we're in a really good spot here. I'm not telling you Cleveland's going to be a playoff team. I think they're pretty far from that at this point, even though they are the 2nd best team in the American League Central. Remember when the AL Central started so hot? Like, the Twins were on their win streak, the Royals were playing well, the Guards obviously playing well, and the Tigers being one of the best teams in baseball, and then, there's the White Sox. Ooh, that That division's fault. How are the Guards 2.5 out of the wild card? Oh my goodness. They're a 500 team and they're 2.5 out. I mean, they're not going to get in over the two AL East teams and likely who doesn't get in between, or who doesn't win the division between the Mariners and the Astros. But that's crazy. It's actually insane. Damn. Anyways, hey, the O's are only 8 games out. Angels only 4 out. Wow. Royals 4 out too. Everyone's alive in the AL. That's crazy. And there's my favorite team, 14 games out in the National League. Whoop whoop. Anyways, and we're on a 2-game winning streak. Anyways, I don't think Eflin's very good. I think the Guardians are going to blow him up. I think Stephen Kwan's going to get back on the right track today. And Slade Sassoni is pitching today for the Guards, the righty with a 3.84 ERA. Last start against the Athletics, that was an adventure. He goes 8 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs. Team wins the game though, 8-6. Okay. Start before that against the Astros, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs. What Slade is going to give you, he's going to give you depth in a game, right? He's going to eat innings. He's going to give you quality starts pretty much in every single start that he goes out and throws. I'm willing to take that, right? The 26-year-old has been very good as a Cleveland Guardian. I think he's just going to give us a serviceable start tonight. For as much as the Guardians lineup has heated up, at the same time, the O's lineup hasn't heated up all year long, okay? Like, yes, Gunner's going to produce, Jackson Holliday's going to produce, and I guess Ramon Laureano is part of that group that's going to produce as well, and Ryan O'Hearn, obviously, as well. Again, that guy's winning on and off the field. It's crazy. If you know, you know. The rest of the lineup, my goodness, does it suck? I like Cedric Mullins. I think he might get traded, and it might be a lot better on a championship contender. But Mullins, oh man, he's struggling. Went 0-for-4 yesterday with 4 Ks. I mean, their catching situation with Jackson and Stallings. Ooh. They got Kobe Mayo just has never turned out. Remember when Kobe Mayo bat flipped his first career home run against a position player? Yeah, that was bad. I mean, I guess we have 2 non-hitting catchers in this game today with Jacob Stallings and Bo Naylor. Surprisingly, Bo Naylor, for the first time in his life, has been the better hitting catcher in a matchup. But yeah, I think the Guardians are going to win this baseball game. I like what Angel Martinez did yesterday in the 2 spot. Hopefully he can stay hot. Again, 3 for 5 yesterday for Martinez. J-Ram has homered in back-to-back baseball games. We'll see if he does it again today. And right, how many games in a row does Stephen Kwan go for 5? Exactly. Stephen Kwan is due for a couple hits today as well. I think the Cleveland Guardians are going to win this baseball game. I think the Orioles suck. And I don't think Zach Eflin's very good in 2025 either. And Slade, I think, again, is going to give us a more than decent enough start. Odds on, we are probably going to come back to this matchup first thing tomorrow. It's the only morning game on Thursday. Charlie Morton versus Logan Allen. Oh, I'm going to struggle to find value in that matchup because the Guards are probably going to be like minus 160. Well, we'll look at it tomorrow when we get there. Anyways, I'm going Cleveland Guardians money line to close out the day. I believe they're able to get it done against Zach Eflin, who just has not produced yet in 2025, and the O's have just been disappointing as well. Folks, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets here on July 23rd. If you have not yet, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. We'll be back tomorrow again for more daily MLB Best Bets. Go make sure to check out Greedo Plays MMA. Our 5 best bets for UFC Abu Dhabi is coming out later today as well, so make sure to join us again for that. Link in the description down below. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba forever.